continue. How much gold is really out there to still mine and still dig? What do you think?
The problem is that we haven't made a big discovery of a new mine, 50 million ounce discovery in a long time, something 15, 16 years. I mean, it's been a long time. And you used to discover one of those about every 10 years. So the mining companies have not replaced what they're mining. So it's the equivalent of you have a shoe store and you sell 100 pairs a day and you have 1,000 in the warehouse. You have 10 days to operate and then you have no inventory. I mean, that's what's happening in the mining business. So what's going to happen right now, this is how things are going to play out. And people can listen to us talk about this, Pat, and then remember, hopefully, in a year or two when this happens, where they heard it first.
Okay.
So there's some things going on in the world that we've never seen before. First of all, negative interest rates. Okay, so this is very complicated. Right. Let me explain. So when you buy a bond right now, there's $15 trillion worth of negative yielding bonds. That means that you pay $1,000 for the bond, okay, and they pay you back $995. Sound like a deal? So basically,
I like that.
It's the exact opposite of what you knew of growing up. And usually they pay you interest. Now you pay them for the right to buy the bond. Okay, so that can't go on forever. In Denmark, they have negative rate mortgages. So imagine going to get a mortgage and they say, "What's the rate?" Well, it's negative 0.25%. Okay, well, let me think for a minute how this even works. So I pay back less than the house cost. I mean, I don't know how this can happen. And what's hilarious is there was an article last week I saw where a guy in Denmark, mortgage banker, said it's never been cheaper to buy a house. You literally pay back less money than you borrow. Okay, so this kind of can't go on. So central banks are going to pump money into the system in order to create growth, because negative interest rates means that you're in a deflationary time. They're going to pump money into that. And gold is responding right now because it realizes that's coming. So gold's like a weather, it predicts the weather. Okay, so this is coming and gold knows it is coming. And so that's why it's literally just walking higher day by day, moving to this new price. Okay, so that's going to happen. Then people get excited about gold, and then what do? They look at the mining stocks that are running out of stuff to mine. So as you can see, it's going to be a huge panic, and we're seeing this is the first ending of it.
Are you saying that there's not going to be money to go out there and try to mine any more gold?
Well, there's going to be plenty of money. I think they're going to throw money at everything possible. But the problem is that it's really hard to find these gold mines, and it's hard to develop them. It's not something you do overnight.
It's very expensive.
It's expensive, and it takes time, and there's a lot to it.
Do you think there's gold in the oceans?
Yes. Okay. I know there's gold in the oceans. I don't think I know. There's absolutely gold in the oceans because gold is 8 times heavier than water. And so what you do is that you dredge, and the gold is so heavy that it sinks to low points. And that's why, like in Alaska, if you dredge the mouth of any river that goes into the Bering Sea, there's tons and tons and tons of gold there. And you can pull that gold out, and it's totally viable because this is just basic geology. I mean, it's just how things work.
But you've never got involved in any of this.
That's because I don't particularly care to go and do this type of labor. So this is important for people to understand. So there's a lot of ways to make money in life, and you don't have to do all of them. You just have to do one. So what I figured out about gold is that I could buy 1% or 2% of the value extracted from a gold mine. And then I never have to go to that gold mine ever. And I could send a lawyer there to check on things or whatever. But that's been the way that I wanted to make money. And it goes back to what my granddad taught me. He said, you can own the business and never show up there. And that was appealing to me, so it still is.
Thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.